Hi Claire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I heard that you went to the National Beat Poetry Foundation Festival recently. Would you tell us some of the highlights of that?
Oh, I did, and it's always the highlight of my whole year. It's my favorite weekend. I love going to Connecticut and reconnecting with everyone as a whole and being able to read in rounds and bring in the next crop of laureate is such a joy to be a part of. And Debbie works so hard year round to make this happen. And it's truly an honor to be a part of the National Beat Poetry Foundation.
Did you perform on the Friday night event on the stage?
I did, yes. I read my new piece from this year's New Generation Beats anthology, and it's titled Americant.
Oh,
Yes, it's
no, I don't usually have someone read right when we start, but since you mentioned it, why don't you read that?
I'd love to. Thank you. It's something that needed to be said. Americant. No, I Americant anymore. How many families claim pride in a relative having served in World War II, fighting Nazis in foreign lands, against fascism, over an ocean? What is happening right here, right now? I am Americant anymore in 2024. How could escaping the will of others into a new land, a place to eventually welcome all, where freedom of self is paramount and there's a welcome mat in the form of a French gift, a woman, a symbol, a beacon of acceptance of give me, you're tired. Your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Are you kidding me? I am Americant anymore. Where there are premiums put on the dollar and weaknesses exploited, I am Americant. Oh, are you a part of the spectrum? A part of the rainbow? Does your body restrict you from you? Are you old? Perhaps a vet? Age inhibiting you from what is left? Or does youth hold you back from the person you feel you are? Are you poor? Were you born here? English, not your first language. I Americant. Judging others and sending them blindly to concentration camps in a faraway place, shaved, displaced, naked, chained, I Americant. I certainly cannot. I can't, Americant, and I will not agree to dumb down and live in a world where I am not accepted for speaking my mind, for being my weird self, for you being your weird self. I will not be a part of this regime of persecution, this perversion of an idea of American, because right now I can't be proud of this flag. Although the vows I took as a child to this country were shallow, not having full knowledge of the history that brought us here. We are here now. And I take vows taken in vain as a simple child, seriously, while sycophants blindly bow and sig heil. I Americant, and I won't.
Oh, right. Yes, it needs to be said. Thank you. Uh,
You're welcome.
so I hear there's a Beat Poet Laureate program in Portsmouth that's separate and apart from the National Beat Poetry Foundation. How long has that been going on? And tell me something about this program.
Okay, it's not a beat poet, but it's the Portsmouth Poet Laureate Program. It's yeah. It's been it's coming on 30 years, I believe, that the nonprofit has been going on. I believe 28 at this point. I've been a board member now for coming up on 5 years. I was uh I was introduced to the program by Tammy Truax, who's a former Portsmouth Poet Laureate and a former Beat Poet Laureate of Maine, and now the current U.S. Beat Poet Laureate. She's fabulous. And it is a community effort to connect with one another through poetry and the arts and to really lift one another up doing so. One of my personal focuses of being a beat laureate is to try to make those connections and lift people's opportunities up by having all of these different events and participating and traveling for poetry.
Right, and we need to mention that you are currently the Maine Beat Poet Laureate,
I am.
uh, which was granted from the National Beat Poetry Foundation. So you're very, very active in many different poetry events. Tell me about some of them, like the Hoot, poetry painting, any other.
Absolutely. So, with the Portsmouth Poet Laureate Program, as a board member, I am the coordinator and the host of both the Hoot and Painting Poetry fundraiser, two separate um, events. The Hoot is the first Wednesday of every month from September to June. We run our season same as school. So September to June is our season. And we have featured readers. And after we have our first hour of featured readers, we have an hour of open mic at the Hoot. And we pay our features, which is a really nice thing that we're able to do because of support of the community, which is really great to be able to say as a nonprofit.
Do they pay an admission, or how do
No,
you raise that money?
no, just donations. With any donation, you get to pick one of many books that we have donated to the Portsmouth Poet Laureate Program to be able to get these donations. We have CDs, we have stickers, so we try to, you know, get anything out there that can stir interest in people to share in poetry and keep coming back.
All right.
So the painting poetry fundraiser that I started last year is a combining of the arts, which is something that I love, love, love to do. It's taking open mic poetry and open canvases with palettes, brushes that are we're welcoming the public that come to the event to pick up a palette and put their flair on the canvas as a collaborative artistic work. And at the following hoot, we raffle off these paintings to try to drum up more money so we can have more fantastic features that read at the hoot. And that we're also able to boost up our local uh, Portsmouth Poet Laureate, who is Lauren W.B. Vermette, and she's got a great program during her laureateship called Comfort Rounds, where she reaches out to people that work in the medical field and try to lift them up because they do so much for us. And she will be having an open submission coming up in the next couple of months, very soon, for an anthology based on comfort rounds.
Okay, you tend to travel quite a bit also, don't you, to read poetry and to share in poetry events? Were you in Canada recently?
Yes, I was in Canada. When was that? In 2024, 2023, 2024. I went up to Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. I've always wanted to go up there and check out the Bay of Fundy and Cape Breton. And I had the pleasure of meeting a fellow former Beat Laureate, Donna Allard, while I was in New Brunswick. And it was a beautiful experience to be able to walk on the ocean shore when the tide goes so far out in the Bay of Fundy. It was amazing.
Did you read some poetry up there?
I shared just with Donna. I did get to meet up with a gentleman who he interviewed me for a Canadian poetry magazine up there, and I got to meet up with him as well, very briefly, just in a little cafe to be able to say we met face to face. But it was a little bit of poetry and a little bit of pleasure. So it was a mixed bag of travel, which I love to do.
And you were at the Gonzo Fest in New Orleans recently as well.
Yes.
Tell me about some of your experiences, what it was like there.
Oh, it was so profound. It was so steamy hot. As a northern girl, I'm not used to that climate. It was so full of sound, even when it wasn't. Just the visual is such a cacophony. It's so much color and energy and just magic. I really enjoyed my time there. I really want to go back. Meeting with all these poets was fantastic with Gonzo Fest. To be one of 76 poets converging to share in the spirit of Hunter S. Thompson's work was so incredible. It was really great.
And I believe it was begun by Ron Whitehead some years ago,
Yes.
and it's been going for
Yes.
a while. I'm not sure how many years.
Yeah, he's so profound and really speaks to the heart. And yeah, he brings tears to my eyes almost every time without fail, hearing him read, right there. He's
Mhm.
such a dear man. And it's a pleasure for me to join the production team of Gonzo Fest for next year in New York City, July 17th through the 19th.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
exciting. Do you have another poem to share with us?
Well, I do. I, speaking of the Beat Fest, late night, Saturday night of the festival in Connecticut, with the National Beats, I was moved to write a poem, and I shared it Sunday morning, and it was fun. I titled it baptized by words at the Farmington River. I'm here and I don't want to leave. So until next year, I won't. I will linger in the place where I am until I come back. In that time, so much will have happened, but I will return. I will return as I expect you will too. When we do come back, I expect nothing less than what we have, than what we create, than what we are as poets. The depth and the width that we travel to get to where we are here is so vast. It's really the pinnacle of what we as human beings can share. The marketplace of exchanging our thoughts, the foraging of books, the intimacy of a conversation, the capacity of our hearts, the ability to be here with you, the connection felt when I know, and I really know that you're not just listening, but that you hear me. That means everything to me. And in this moment, frozen waters bleed from heat, rivers flow into oceans while the Farmington River rolls by, and the fly fishermen sleep, dreaming of flies tied for tomorrow's cast. Tomorrow is Sunday, and we will gather to sneak a final share like a communion. I have no God, even still, when we do. Bread or body of our paper, wine or blood of our ink, the flow of the ocean in our veins, the same salt and water. We return as the tide, lifting boats in unison. We are the tide. The madness of the moon drives us back here to this river, to bear witness to the eager waters, rendering an end to the sea. No tide, just flow. Our thoughts into words, we set to sail. Our compass is shared. And if we can align the stars, we will return the churning, turning, reckless hope that I carry, that I will see you here next year.
Wow. Thank you so much, Claire, for sharing that and for sharing with us today. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, and I look forward to us meeting there soon.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.